Hey everyone, it's me. We're back. It's the How To Homemaker, and I want to talk to you guys about keto. Now, I wanted to do this video for a little while because when you start keto, it can be pretty overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff to learn, just like anything new. But if you're not doing it right and you're not getting into ketosis, it can be kind of a stressful process. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that just to make sure that that process isn't so daunting and you get better results and don't give up. That's what I'm here for, right guys? So let's get going. The very first step that you have to do, talk to your doctor. I am not a doctor, your Facebook group are not doctors, your friends are not doctors, your family are not doctors, unless any of those people are actually doctors, which is great, lucky you, but most of us don't have that privilege and we think that we know best. But the thing is, if you have health problems that don't coincide or are copacetic with keto, then this is going to be a bad decision for you. And you're not going to know that until you talk to your doctor. So yeah, that is very important. I think that everybody has to do that stage. And if you have type 2 diabetes or gallbladder issues, if you continue doing this video and start practicing keto, you're doing it against my recommendations. Again, I am not a doctor, but I have done a lot of reading. I've talked to a lot of people, and those are the two biggies. If you have those two issues, stop right now and go talk to your doctor. You just don't, because you're just going to hurt yourself. So now you have spoken to your doctor. Oh, the other thing I need to say though, with keto, and that is something that I've noticed with talking in the Facebook groups, is that after 2 weeks, people will start, they'll be really excited, they'll do their first post, and then 2 weeks will go by, and then they'll start posting things like, oh, I'm not really sure what's going on. I think that I need to go see my doctor. And then they'll post, well, this is going on, and I need to pause my keto journey for a little while I get this taken care of. So keto does bring underlying health issues to light. It does not cause those issues. They are usually issues that the people already had, but something about keto just brings it to the foreground and makes you have to deal with it. So I think that if you're going to do keto, you should commit to 2 weeks, because at that 2 weeks, that's when all that starts happening, as well as you have already gotten into the routine of cooking every single day. You've already passed your detox. You're probably in ketosis at that point. So if you make the 2-week goal, go from there. Be honest with yourself. That's the other thing. You have to do your own research, because you need to be certain right now at this stage, before you start anything, you need to be certain that you want to do this, because keto is a lifestyle change. There is chemical processes that are going to be changing in your body, and you don't want to go back and forth. You want to be certain that this is something that you want to do. Now, okay, and I did say you have to clean out all of your carbs. Well, I haven't actually said that yet, but that is the next step. And if you are a type of person that you don't think that you really want to do this, like you have the best intentions and you're really great and really positive and you're on a good track, but you know that maybe you don't have the best follow through with things that you start, or you know for certain there's a little voice in the back of your head that's going, we're not going to give up pasta, you don't even need to try this. You need to be honest with yourself, because if you yo-yo back and forth on this and eat keto really well for a few days and then have a treat day, you're just confusing your body, and you're going to end up doing the exact opposite stuff that keto does and walk away with a really bad experience. So that is my advice. Do your own research. Be sure that you want to do this, and then clean out your carbs, because you need to go through your pantry, your storage closets, your fridge, your deep freezer, your bunker, your treehouse, your garage, your second property, your secret stash that nobody knows you have. You have to go through all of these things and get rid of all of your sugar and all of your starches and all of your grains. Our cupboards were so bare at this stage. I could not even believe it. I opened it up and there's tumbleweeds blowing through and a Mexican standoff at high noon. It was insane. And it's a comfort feeling too. You open your cupboards and they're completely empty, and it's a little bit scary because you might starve soon. You know, that's what you're thinking in the back of your head. Full pantry means you're fine, but empty is whoa. So keto is a little bit of a mental thing. With that being said, things like that kind of mess with you because it's comfortable to have that, but you need that free space in your cupboard, because if this is something you're going to carry on past those 2 weeks, you need that space to start filling stuff up and putting keto things into those cupboards. So clean them all out and wash them down and get ready to fill them back up again, because they will get full again, I promise you. So you have talked to your doctor, you've done your own research, you've cleaned all your carbs out. Oh, now we were talking about if you have that little voice in your back of your head that doesn't want to give up pasta, take those carbs that you've just cleaned out, put them in bags. I had garbage bags. It was insane. But anyways, take those carbs, put them in bags, and put them somewhere out of sight. The point, you should do the stage, even if you are the type of person with the pasta, you should do the stage, get everything out of your house, because these next 2 weeks are going to be hard. Detoxing sucks. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but you stink, you get crabby, you just should drink a lot of water and be by yourself. It is not a fun time, and in the middle, it's an emotional time as well. Do not mistake me, it is tough. So during that time, you don't want to open up your cupboard and see a bunch of sugars, because well, I will fail. So get it out of sight and keep it in your garage. And if at that 2 week mark, you're like, you know what? I feel great. It's not even about losing weight. I'm happier. I'm flexible. My body feels wonderful. I'm getting rid of all these carbs. Get rid of them at that point, because I don't want you guys to waste money. That is, if you've watched my channel and you know anything about me, I do not want you guys to waste your money. That is very important to me as well. So be honest with yourself. You're the only one that can do this stage for you. I can't do it for you. So be honest. If you're gonna fail, and you know you're gonna fail, but you really just want to try to see how it is, keep those carbs in your garage. There's nothing wrong with that, and maybe that just means that keto's not for you, which is okay. That's why I'm talking to you guys about this. If keto's not for you, then something else will be. There are good ways to get healthy. And with that being said, I wasn't actually planning on saying this part, but you have a good mindset when you go into keto, because I don't do it for the weight loss. I do it because it makes me feel good. And then the weight loss is just a really positive side effect. And I mean that. I've mentally trained my brain to be that way. It's not about the weight loss, because guess what? It's not a magic weight loss thing. A lot of people take months and months to drop the weight. I've been on the groups, the Facebook groups, and it takes some people 3 months of strict keto eating before they notice any change. So I need you guys to know that, because it is marketed as, oh, you're going to drop so much weight. And you do end up eventually dropping that weight, but it's not magic. Like, you have to put the work in. I've said that in some of my other videos too. It is not magic. Even magic isn't real magic. Those guys put a lot of work in. You should too. So don't think that this is a free pass to skinny land. It's not. You're gonna be working hard for it, just like every other diet. So now let's continue on. To stay motivated, join a Facebook group. Now, Facebook can be good and it can be bad, but you can control that as well. There are a lot of different keto groups out there. You can join a strict keto group. You can join a lazy keto group. You can join a group just for women if you are a woman. You can join a group just for women. You can join a group just for men. You can join a group just for recipes and they get mad at you if you talk about emotional stuff. Or you can join a group that's just for the emotional stuff, and that's all they want to do is help you through that and be encouraging and things like that. And with Facebook comes shitty people sometimes. You know, there are a lot of great people out there, and I try and be a great person as well out there, but there are a lot of people, all they want to do is judge you or whatever. So be careful what you post. If you're going to join a Facebook group where you're going to put your before and after pictures on, and if you're a woman, there are just women groups out there. I was in one of them, and it was actually pretty rewarding to see all of the women who did their before and after shots, and it was really great. They weren't ashamed. If you do, that is something I wanted to say in this video. If you need the visual representation of, like, this is my body, or you need to take your measurements or whatever, make sure that when you take your picture, you have the set of clothes set aside for that picture. So, and it should be as least amount of clothes as you're comfortable taking your picture with. So do it in a bra and panties, and have that same bra and panties ready for you to go for the next month or whenever you plan on doing your next shot. Make sure it's the same time of day so the light's hitting you the same way, and make sure that you're standing in the same area. Really against a wall, a clear wall is the best way to do this. And because like I said, there are some parts of keto where you do stall out, so it is frustrating and you do want to see those before and after pictures. But if you don't have the same clothes on, if you don't have the same lighting and different distances away, you know, if one picture's really far away and then one picture's really close, it kind of makes it so you don't really see the progress that you've done, and it can be really frustrating beyond that. So another visual representation that I really liked seeing, I thought it was so cute. I didn't do this myself, but when you very first start, like right after this video, go take some yarn or a piece of string or whatever, put it around your belly and cut it off at the exact diameter and tape it up to the wall. And then make the goal maybe once a month do this. So I think I don't know what day it is today, but next month, this day, do the same thing. Put the yarn around your belly, put it up against the wall, and it should be smaller. And I seen a picture, I think on Pinterest or something like that, somebody did this, and it was so cute. She had 7 months, and it was just gradually going in. Her waist isn't this small, obviously, but you know what I mean? The line got smaller and smaller. So for me, I know I don't like the numbers. I can't have a scale. And it's not about, oh, I'm too heavy, I'm too skinny. I just get on it every day. I could stand on it all day and just watch it change after a while. It wasn't a mentally good thing for me. Same with, well, I bet I could actually take measurements now at this point in my life, but yeah, the scale, something about it kind of overtook my head. So I thought that yarn thing was a really good, if you like the visual thing. So yeah, join a Facebook group. It really does help you keep motivated. It helps you to meet new people, and it helps to help people. Once you get to a certain stage where you're ketoing and you're doing it comfortably and you're doing it well, it's nice to help other people who have just started or people who don't know if they want to start. Tell them about my video. But seriously though, it is good and it is bad. So I do suggest that you join a Facebook group, be smart about it, and stay motivated. There are a lot of other things that you can do to stay motivated too though. Like you should find some easy keto recipes. That is another thing to join the Facebook group. The recipes are amazing, but also you can talk to real life people and see how they cut their days down, because there's a lot of time that's going to be happening in the kitchen now. I used to cook a fair amount, so it was fine for me, but if you are used to eating out, like just going and getting a sub or going to Tim Hortons or whatever, this is going to be a big change for you. And a lot of people in the Facebook groups complain about how much time they're spending in the kitchen. So it is nice to talk to some of those real life people and just see what they do on a day-to-day basis to make things not last so long in there. Like, did you know if you hard-boiled eggs, they'll last in your fridge for 5 days, as well as cooked chicken. You can cook chicken, put it in your fridge, and then eat it all week if you wanted to, and it still stays okay. So there's little tips that people will give you like that, and they're very helpful, because it can be very frustrating that all of your time seems to be spent in the kitchen. It does get easier too. It's not like it's like that the entire time of keto. You do get your own ways of making it faster. So that is why I say be careful of those 2 weeks, because things are going to be hard. But once you're past it, once you're in the routine of cooking every day and eating the healthy food, you're going to want to continue. Hopefully that's the plan. So yeah, do those 2 weeks, stay motivated, ask those people in those Facebook groups. What's some other things? Get a spiralizer. Oh my gosh. My husband was a pasta freak. That's all he ate. When I very first met him, he knew how to cook pasta for any occasion. So we got a spiralizer because he did keto he did keto with me, not for me, with me for about 3 months, I think it was. And he will still pull out the spiralizer and make zucchini pasta because it is very, 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 very good. What's another thing? Cucumber sandwiches. I could not believe when I was a kid, and maybe this is still true, but I always thought when people said cucumber sandwiches, they meant, bread and cucumber in the middle and mayonnaise or whatever. And I just thought, well, I like cucumbers. Why not have a cucumber sandwich? Like, that's just what I thought it was. And maybe that's what they still mean. But what I mean when I say that now, oh my gosh, I would still eat this. Well, I'm not on keto right now, but I am going to be after this video. That's why I say that. But anyways, have 2 slices of cucumber in your sandwich innards inside and eat it like that. Oh my gosh. I think it's because 90% of the time, like I said, you put cucumbers on a sandwich anyway. So for me to say, my thing is bread. It's not pasta, it's bread. So for me to say, I don't even notice that the bread is missing, then that is kind of a big deal for me anyways, because you still feel like you're eating a sandwich. It's sandwich innards squished in between 2 slices of cucumber. It just feels, same with hamburger. If you have a hamburger, have it lettuce wrapped and take a big chunk of iceberg lettuce that's as thick as a bun. It is so good because it still feels like the same burger. I normally have lettuce on my burgers anyways, so I don't really notice that the bread is gone. And after I'm done eating that without the bread, I feel really good. I feel like I can be active immediately if I need to be. I don't feel like I need to sit there and digest some food. So there are really great things that happen on keto that I would carry on past my keto journey. I have a chocolate chip cookie recipe. If you guys aren't on keto even, try that recipe. It is so good. They're some of the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had in my life. They're delicious. So that is another thing that you can carry on even past keto. But I'm not saying to carry these on past keto. I'm saying these are things that motivate me while I'm on keto because these are like really delicious food. It doesn't even feel like you're dieting. That's the other thing. Oh my gosh. The food that you are allowed to eat. Sometimes when you're on keto, it can be very frustrating because you have to eat the same thing over and over again. Or you can fall into the trap of eating the same thing over and over and over again because you don't want to be in the kitchen cooking, so it just makes sense to mass prepare some stuff. But I was scrolling through my Facebook, this is a brand new recipe, we tried it the other day. You boil a whole head of cauliflower for about 10 minutes, pull it out, put some cores in it, and then fill those cores full of Cheese Whiz, wrap the Cheese Whiz, cheddar cheese. I don't eat Cheese Whiz. I don't know where that came from. Cheese Whiz on keto, it's fine. No, I'm cheddar cheese. Put cheddar cheese in the cores, wrap the whole head with bacon. Like the whole thing was just a bacon head. And then put that in the oven. Once it's all cooked, you pull it out, put more cheese on it because you can never get enough cheese and bacon on keto. And then you put it back in. It was delicious. And that is totally allowed. And you can eat as much of it as you want. Well, that's not true. You can't go overboard like anything. But you are encouraged to eat things like that on keto, which is amazing. So if you get frustrated with the monotony of the food that you're eating, Facebook and Facebook groups and stuff like that, little recipes and stuff like that really brighten your keto day because sometimes it's hard. Now, is there anything else that I want to tell you guys? I wanted to make sure that I got all of the information about keto that I've been doing that I really like. You need, 70% dark chocolate. Oh, I should say strict keto versus lazy keto. Myself and my keto journey, and I think this is how I'll wrap up the video actually, because I have no more technical information to tell you guys. But I start my keto journey out by eating heavy fats in the beginning because that's what gets you into ketosis. You can get those keto strips on Amazon, by the way, that you can pee on, and then they let you know that you are in ketosis or not. So I start my keto journey out by eating heavy fats for the first 2 weeks because that really does boost you into ketosis a lot faster. But I noticed for me, eating that many fats is actually, I don't really like it. I don't have the palate for it. And your palate does change while you're doing keto, but it never changed for me quite that much. So once I'm in ketosis, I kind of, you're supposed to be eating mostly fats, a little bit of proteins, and then 20 grams of carbs is all you're supposed to have for carbs. So I go from eating mostly fats, a little bit of protein, carb, to equal amounts of proteins and fats basically, because And raw veggies as well. Those are, oh, we need to talk about that as well. Okay, we're not done yet. So I do those things and it's good on my stomach. I don't track my macros. I used to. That is something, if you're doing strict keto, you should do that because it is really good for if you stall, if you're not getting into ketosis, if there's any sort of problems, you can look back on all those numbers that you just wrote down and then hopefully find a solution on your own and not have to just sort of willy-nilly try things. So that's why you should. But for me, like I said about the scale and things like that, the numbers start to just get into my head a little bit too much and I couldn't track them and live a comfortable life. So for me to do keto full-time, I need to make a couple changes like that. That's why I'm not doing it right now. I'm using this video as my motivator to jump back into it. But there are some things I can't live my life tracking my macros, I say Marcos. You should have seen, I did this video before and I was saying Marcos the whole time. And I just looked back and I was like, well, it's a good thing it all got deleted. But anyways, now I'm here doing it better. So you track your macros and you can find out what's wrong and try and change and fix the problem of whatever it is. I couldn't do that. But to do strict keto, that is what you should do. And you should, to do strict keto, eat mostly fats and like I was saying, for my first 2 weeks, do that the whole time. That is strict keto. That is, if you're going to do that, I know that there are some people out there in the Facebook groups, actually. You can join some snobby keto groups as well if you want to. So I'm thinking about those people watching my video. I need to mention, for their sakes, if you're doing strict keto, track your macros. I almost said Marcos again. Now, that's basically it. That's all I have to say. Do some alternative, if you're having cravings, do some alternative recipes because you can find really great things. I did a cheesecake one once. I actually don't suggest that one, but it was really neat to find a keto cheesecake recipe. Like I said, the chocolate chip ones, that's a good example. Chocolate chip cookies. I love cookies, and it was really great for me to find that chocolate chip cookie recipe. That's why I made a video about it. I was trying to help people in my situation who love chocolate. So, so yeah, that's all you have to do. Let everybody else in your life know that you're starting keto as well. That's another thing that's important. And not everybody's going to remember, and try not to be frustrated the next time somebody brings cheesecake into work. That happened to me the very next day. Is whatever. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope that this really helped you guys in starting your keto journey. I really want to help make this, you know, less anxiety inducing, like I was saying. So if you have any questions, if I've missed anything, if I'm unclear about anything, please tell me, please ask me. I really want to be there and help you guys because, well, that's what I'm here for, but I don't know how to help if you guys don't ask the questions, and it's really important that you do. So I hope that this encourages you to, because I find that I don't get a lot of feedback on the channel. I don't know if I'm talking in a confusing way, if people, I just want to know people are actually learning. So I'm really encouraging you guys, please comment, please ask me any sort of questions that even you think that I might not want to hear in regards to my filming. Please let me know, because I have big shoulders, I can handle it, and I want to be the best that I can be for you guys. And I can't do that without you guys asking me questions. So please ask me questions. And that's all I really have to say. With that being said, remember, everybody in life makes mistakes. What matters is what you do about it, and keto on. Bye everyone.